Danceteria we saw on the gallops earlier. Won his last 3, and what's the plan for him?
Yeah, the plan is to go to Newmarket on Saturday in the Mile 2 race that I won last year with Thundering Blue. I mean, he's an improving type, you know, he's getting stronger and stronger. The castration completely changed this horse as well. He's very similar to Thundering Blue apart from the color, really. He was just very randy and not focused on the job at all. You know? So I ran him at Newmarket in a good handicap at the Craven meeting, and he was an absolute disgrace that day, screaming his head off even during the race. So as soon as he came back, he went straight down to the clinic and got the operation done. And he's been unbeaten since, so he's definitely going the right way. He's getting stronger and stronger, and yeah, we've got big hope for him, big hope.
Any ground this weekend?
I don't think he's ground dependent at all. He won on good to firm. I'm sure he'll be as effective on softer ground. I don't think he will be ground dependent.
So likening to Thundering Blue, a possible group class horse?
I think so. That's the feeling at the moment. You know, he could. Well, he's rated 93. He's not far off. You know, being you know, stakes class, and hopefully he'll go the right way and, you know, end up in that sort of category as well.
History writer, he won a very good race at Sandown last time out.
Yeah, he's another one that we've always liked. Very sensitive character. You know, he's a colt, but he nearly has the brain of a filly. You know, he can be very, he can get quite nervous very quickly. And same again, it was probably down to immaturity, and now he's starting to get his head around. And he could have won easier last week at Sandown. He's ground depending as well, you know. I think pretty much like Thundering Blue, he wants the ground to be good or softer than good, but he's bred to stay well, and he won over a mile, so you know it gives you know, some good options, you know, down the line.
Do you have a race in mind for him next?
I don't really, no, not at this stage. There's a race at York at the Ebor meeting, but I'm just not sure yet if I'm going to keep him over a mile or if I will step him up to a mile 2, sorry. So it's all up in the air. We'll see what the handicapper does to him tomorrow morning before we make a decision.
And Slanrovat, a stable stall, what's the plan for him?
Yeah, I mean, there's no real plan with him because he's 7 now and he's more of a pet than anything else. But no, I was very pleased with his run at York the other day. He won at Nottingham first time out this year, and then he had a really deep foot abscess. And it took him a while to come sound again after the abscess and what have you. So he went to York last week. He needed the run that day. I'm not sure 2 miles is his ideal trip. I think he's a proper mile 6. And he might just be a bit too high in the weights. There's no real plan. Obviously, you know, if I can take him back to Nottingham for the big handicap there of mile 6, I would love to do that, but he wants the ground to be good or softer than good as well. I mean, it seems to be the trend in the yard. But he broke his cannon bone last year, you know, and he handled good to firm in the past. Nowadays he's just a bit more ground dependent, I would say. But he's the first stable star we've had, really, and whatever he does in the future is a bonus, really. I'll never put pressure on him, you know, and the day he doesn't want to do it anymore, he'll just retire in a paddock and he'll be a proper pet.
And what about any dark horses for viewers to keep a lookout for, any 2-year-olds?
Yeah, I think we've got quite a few. I don't have many 2-year-olds, and they all play backward. You know, they all, you know, they will all make 3-year-olds. I've got a half-brother to History Writer that I quite like. He's only been in the yard for 4 or 5 weeks, and he's a late developer, you know, but he's showing the right things at the moment, so he might be a horse to keep an eye on. His name is Edmond Dantes. He was named after the Count of Monte Cristo of Alexandre Dumas, and he's a horse I really like. And then there are some other 3-year-olds like Nuit Saint-Georges, who just got pipped on the post the other day at Red Car. He should be an improver as well in the next few months when the ground will get a bit softer. And but he's another horse we really like.